going to be doing a holding on the 260 radial, which is going to be right here by the method to determine the holding. This is going to be a teardrop. So anything that goes from here to here is going to be a direct. Anything that goes from here to here is going to be a parallel. And here we're talking about teardrop in this area. So we're going to be doing a teardrop at the 260. We're going to be ready to execute on 240 deviation here. We're going to do that for 1 minute. And this is going to be a right turn, which is standard holdings. So as soon as I get there, as soon as I cross from 0.3 from the crossing, before to getting the corner confusion, I'm going to head to 40, and then I'm going to count 1 minute. And then after that, as I'm going for 1 minute there, I am going to look for the reversal of 260, which is -2, -2, -2. Which is 8, and that will be 180. Let's corroborate that. 260 doesn't seem to demand it well. It's 260 minus 2 plus 2. So this will be 0, 8, and 2 minus 2, 180. 180 will be south, so that makes no sense. It will be somewhere 090 plus 2 minus 2. So 260. Alexa, how much is 260 minus 180? So it's going to be 080. I'm going to do this flying manually. And then I'm going to check the math. Okay, so we are now flying heading. And this is a 30, it's not a 30 degree, it's a 20-degree turn. No more than 20. And we're going to count 1 minute. Start. And now we're going to get our course to 12. We're going to go our course to 0 is 0. 0 is 0. And that minute, okay, that minute is, now we have 36 seconds.
So, what I understood was that she never got some of the first name. So she's got
We're going to be doing a right turn once we get there. Okay, we initiate the right turn now. And no more than 20 degrees.
They're getting rid of everybody in research and development. And then you think it's that they're trying to get out of business because you're competing with Americans.
Fortunately, we are going to be passing the. We're going to start now the time again. We're going to try to intersect that radial. And it's coming along and it's going to go fast. So now navigation as running in here. Right, so we intersected the radial, kind of. We are 49. We're gonna know how well we did soon. 48, 49, 52, 53, 54, 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay, we had exceeded. And I think that we are coming. Okay, we passed this 10 seconds. We're gonna make a right, and we're gonna go to our heading. Because we are by instruments, we are not to exceed 20 degrees of bank.
Wrath mode.
Okay, we are going back to 240. And we're gonna start that clock again. We are in our outbound radial right now. Oops, clock didn't start. A mistake. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna subtract 10 seconds. 10 seconds into it. So we're gonna do 50.
Honestly, that is the way I keep myself to a point that nobody else will do it. I did that back in West Virginia in some project. I heard of my boss taking it from me. You know that you can't actually file, but for as much of it is severance, you
Yeah, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, we're gonna start now. Our turn. Not to exceed again the 20 degrees of bank angle. And maintaining our proper speed and maintaining proper altitude. Okay, we need to wait a little bit for this to come towards us.
Where's tax being like? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Budget 25, since you're gonna be budget. Budget 30, since you're gonna be pay that budget. So, there's only 18 hours a bit from 2 net. Yeah, budgeting it.
It's coming our way, so and it's gonna come fast, unfortunately. And again, I forgot to turn on the clock, but at this point it's gonna continue to my next point. So my next point is gonna be, I'm gonna get this heading, I'm gonna switch mine, and I'm going to spoil, and I'm going to identify coil. And we're gonna do the CDI, but we're gonna identify coil before we follow that course. And you get level here, we're gonna identify coil. Coil has been identified. Okay, so at this point, I am 29 miles from coil. I'm gonna start doing my debrief. I will say about 10. Actually, I can do here. Can check. I'm gonna be doing a holding in coil, and the hold is gonna be on this 260 radial, and it's actually a left hold. And I know the GPS is gonna help me with that in this case because it's part of the approach. But let's see if I'm holding on the 260 radial, and it's a left turn that I need to make. That means that 260 is 180, 240, 260 is here. So it's gonna be a direct entry. It's gonna be a direct entry because if I put my finger here and I cross it here, everything that is on there is direct. Everything that is on the right side is gonna be a parallel. Everything on the left is gonna be a teardrop. So that's gonna be a direct entry, which is good. It's probably the easiest kind of entry. For this entry, all that we have to track then is the reversal. So if we want to get in there, we need to track the reversal, which I know right here is 080. So I can actually get myself situated on the 0 to intersect the 080 trade. Make things easier for me. Towards Very good. We're gonna intersect. We're still intersecting coil, but we're gonna be intersecting coil on the right radial, so we can do the actual reversal turn. And once I get at 10 nautical miles, we're going to be doing the briefing and prepping our plane for landing, including um, the things that I need to remember. And those are the 0.3 miles from the VOR. We're going to try 054 radial. So when we are on the outbound rail, we are going to need to actually, when we are in the outbound rail, we're going to have to put that in there. Well, not really. 0.3 miles from here. Then we are going to set up properly the flight director. And I can start doing that. I know that I need to get there with 2,000 in my altitude. So I can descend at 2,000, but I'm gonna make my life easier. I'm gonna just put here 2,000, just to be ready to descend. And then next thing that I need to pay attention is set up the nav and the flight director. We're flying by VOR right now, so far so good. And then a time, we're gonna be timing properly after. We're gonna be. I need to remember to take that time after my final approach fix here. And I can use DME tool in this case. So need to remember to put the time. I'll maintain my airspeed 90. That's when I had the airspeed. So I would like to get into the holding at 90. So at some point I'm going to lower my airspeed just before. And before I enter that holding, I'm gonna put one bunch of flaps. We're supposed to have that 1 nautical mile before my final approach fix. So it's gonna be things that I need to take into consideration again. Is intersect the 054 radial before 0.3 miles before getting there, and the DME is going to tell me that I need to set up properly the flight director. And what that means is that I'm going to descend to 2000, and then I'm going to go to 120. And then from there, I can descend all the way to 540. By the way, I also need to when I get to be like 5 miles, I'm going to activate my approach. I don't have my approach activated. So at this point, we find ourselves about 21.6 to 1.5 nautical miles from the coil, which is our initial approach, initial and final approach phase. Both of them is our final approach phase. We are gonna try to do our briefing about 10 miles and do our checklist right after our descending checklist right after the um, right after the briefing. And things that I need to keep in mind is 0.3 miles before the VOR, track 054 radial, and set up properly the flight detector, and time at the, I need to time properly at the final approach effects. That's in case that if I didn't have the ME, I will be able to determine by time when I reach the missed approach point, because it's going to be 5 minutes and 48 seconds from the final approach phase and at 90 knots of speed. I'm going to about a mile from the VOR. I'm going to put my first launch of flaps. And then finally intersecting that radial. I was pretty far, that's why it took so long from intersecting that radial. We already identified our VOR, everything is good in that sense. And we're flying at 20, we're trying to maintain 2500. The altitude, we're gonna be doing our descent to 2000 while um, we are on the holding. Should be able to do that, especially with flaps, though. With the flaps, with first bunch of flaps, it shouldn't be a problem. And I need to remember that this is a left turn holding. So even that we are gonna get there on that egg, the first turn, all my turns are gonna have to be doing left. And left is a non-standard holding. Let's see here, 260. I'm gonna set my heading indicator to 260 because that's gonna be my reversal course. So I can prepare for that one. So 60 is gonna be my holding. And 080 is going to be my entry to the holding for my inbound leg. So we're 14.9, just last refresh. Here that 0.3 miles before the VOR, we're going to track 0.54 radial. That's just after we do the turn. And then we're going to set up properly the flight director, nav and altitude. And we're going to time at the proper tail place, which is going to be the final approach fix. Around 5 nautical miles, I need to activate my my approach, and then we're going to keep 90. Very important, keep 90. And the proper altitude. So I'm going to have to do the proper step downs, which is on the final approach fix, we're going to do 2000. On pallet, we're going to be doing 820. And then from there, we can descend to 540 from pallet. Another visual point in here will be 7.4 from coil. That's where we can decide if we descend or not, if we could be swimming there. My NDA is 540 because I have a DME here. Okay, we're approaching to 13 nautical miles now. Everything seems to be good. Right after my briefing, I'm going to proceed to do my approach checklist. And then next step after that will be activating my approach. And then next after that will be getting ready for the VOR mode.
Destination AWAS is 119.875.
We can get that should be part of this. Oh man, 0, 8, 0, 0. 0, 8, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And we can get our AWAS here. I'm gonna 119.875. It's just the 119. 875, 119. Okay, let's get our AWAS here really quick. 1, 2.
Ocean County weather. Wind calm. Visibility 5. Sky conditions 1000 overcast. Temperature 14. Dew point 12. Altimeter 2992. Ocean County weather. Wind calm. Visibility 5. Sky conditions 1000 overcast. Temperature 14. Dew point 12. Altimeter 2992.
Autopilot. Let's use the autopilot here. I got my AWAS, my altimeter is set, the wind is calm, and it's sky conditions are
Ocean County weather.
overcast.
Wind calm. Visibility 5.
And we already have here the 1 to 2.7 is the CTAF from there. Okay, this is the VOR runway 6 for Ocean County, which is valid from the 22nd of February to the 21st of March. Our vortex is 113.4, which we are tracking here in our nav1. Approach chord is going to be 054. The runway length is 5,835. Touchdown zone elevation 81, and the airport elevation is 81. Our AWAS, we just got it, but we're not going to be talking to approach, but we're going to be doing the unit count, which is 1 to 2.7. Our miss approach is going to be climb to 2500 on coil, radial 054 to Pico. And then we are going to be doing in there holding the 15.7 DME. And we are going to be reaching this approach through coil, and we're going to be doing a holding, and it's going to be left turn, and it's going to be 1 minute pattern and coil. And once we do that, once we pass, we're going to be entering coil at 2000 after the first pass. Then we're going to be doing descending after coil. We can descend to 820, and then from 820 pallet we can descend to 540, which is our MDA. I believe, let me see, flight plan. I have not selected in approach, so procedure, select approach, enter. I'm going to be late with this. We are going to be doing the BPME, enter. And we're going to be coil initial approach fix, enter. Yes, we're going to be flying the flight reversal, enter. And our minimums are going to be 540. And I need to hurry. Enter. We're going to actually activate it. We are very close. Okay, we're going to activate it, check that we're going to be doing the hold. Good. Yes, all the instructions. So we did our briefing successful. Let's do our flight. Let's do our approach checklist really quick if we can. We're 5.4 flight and checklist for let's do. I have to pick up this approach and land. So altimeter settings is set. The seat backs is checked. The constant avionics are set. Seat belts are set. The pump is on. Let me just double check that. Fuel pump was off. Let's do our fuel pump on. Alternate air is closed, and that's all the way down here, and that is closed. Mixture rich in. Landing lights are all set. Flaps, we're not going to be set flaps yet. We're 4.5.4. We did activated our approach, and things that we need to. When we get to be 1 mile, I'm going to put 1 notch of flaps. 1 mile, 1 notch of flaps. But we can start lowering our airspeed. So we want to get in there 90. There's no need to hurry this time. We want to keep 90. No need to hurry. And it's going to be a left turn, 3.9. Something to keep in mind is that as soon as I put 1 notch of flaps, I'm going to lose some airspeed. So that's something to keep in mind. So far I have done my um, I'm gonna need the time here. Check time. Okay. Gonna be in our rail. So 3.1. Two point eight, 2.5, 2.3. I'm gonna have fly this. 2.0, 1.9, checking my altitude. And 1.2, almost 90, 1.1, 1.0. First rotor flaps come down. The plane is going to try to pitch up, and I need to control it. Maintain my airspeed. I am 0.8 from oil. Need to maintain 90. 0.6. It's coming 0.5. 0.4. 0.4. It's going to be a left turn. Okay. And it's announcing us that the hole is going to be dead end. 1. Okay, now we're going to start our turn to the left, and we are going to be descending to 2000. So vertical speed down. And we need to do this turn with a 20-degree bank angle. And as soon as our wings are level, then we can start our meter. Again, we are descending. We need to descend to 2200. I need to try to maintain that airspeed of 90. It's coming here. Okay. So, boom. We are here. Now we're going to start our time. And we're going to count 1 minute. We are on the holding right now. So the next step that we're gonna do is that we need to change we need to change our flight plan to go to palette, which is the next step, and I need to remember to start the time immediately after. So I still have in that timer about 30 seconds. Need to maintain 90 and not doing that bad. And 91. So 43 on the timer. And not 2000, but I'm not worried about that. I know that I can descend to 820 after coil. That's my ending. Okay, 1 minute. I'm going to now do a left turn again, and we are going to do our navigation. So we're going to try to track that one. We are at 2.2, so things that we need to do: 0.3 miles from coil. We need to track 054, and we need to maintain 90. Very important. And I need to start the timer. And right now I need to tell Michael that I want to go to palette. Otherwise, you're gonna keep in the hole. That I enter. So now it knows that I want to go to palette, but I need to like 0 is 0. We are. Oh, wait, did we cross? No, we didn't cross. We're 7.1 from palette, but we are 0.7 from DME. So now, right, 0.3. I'm gonna be tracing the course 054. 054, and I'm gonna reverse that to 2192. Okay, so I'm gonna be intersecting 054 radial. We're going to palette, and I need to start my timer. Very important. Time start. Okay, so now we have palette. We can descend to 820. So let's change this. I will say 900, because that's all I can do. And all over the place. As you can see, it's a good example of what not to do. I need to descend, and vertical speed down. Not at 1200, I can descend actually at 500. All over the place. I need to practice this a lot more. So I think I need to keep 90, and then I was like 95, 96. And 4.2 from pallet, and I'm way up. I need to go be like a, well, I can lose 1,000. So I'm no way up. I can lose 1,000 feet, only 3 miles, and I have 4.0. So I'm good. And I feel that I'm established now. I mess up for a few seconds on the timer, maybe 10 seconds. So I need to account for that. And then after I reach, I can go to 540, and I need to fix my I need to lower my, so 7.4 DME. I can actually, it's my visual point. So hopefully I'm not completely, 2.0 from pallet, almost at the right latitude that I need to be, but I'm losing airspeed. So I need to, and actually 880, which is good, and at the right. So now I can say that my altitude, I can go down to 500, 600, because it's 540. And that is when, after I pass pallet, I can descend to that point. In the meantime, what is important for me, I have my airspeed going everywhere where it needs to be. I need to try to keep 90. That's 740, 57. That's 7, maybe it's 12.74. Okay, and almost 90 in there. I have a notch of flaps. I am 2.5. Okay, now I can descend. Vertical speed down. So I can go to 540. And I had to do 90, so I'm a little bit too fast for 90. At 7.4 from coil, I can make a decision. I can go all the way to 540. And I'm too fast, way too fast. And I can point another notch flap here to help me because I'm too fast.
500.
500 and 7.6 I can see. But I can see the runway, I have the required visibility, and I am established. So I can land. Another notch of flaps. And let's see my time. My missed approach point is at 5:48 and 5:24. So I'm not that bad. It's just few seconds. Come on.